Welcome to the Yo-11 podcast. Yo-11 podcast, mostly Vegas, no BS, casino experience, and more. Today's episode, we found Vegas's best show. This is episode 97, season 3. Michael Traeger is a casino and travel loyalty expert who also helps people turn their travel dreams into reality. And now your host, Michael Traeger. How's it going, Michael?
It's going great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I hope you have a good weekend.
Yeah, that's good. Catching up on some things. Getting ready to move to the Florida.
Right.
That's right.
Florida.
Getting ready to talk about shows with you.
Why would you not retire to Las Vegas? It's got the same weather, only it's not humid.
Retiring. No, it's got the same weather. I know. It's not in the Eastern time zone.
Okay, yeah, all right. I hear you there. Okay, well, good luck with the whole move. I know those things can get stressful and complicated, but I do hope that somewhere along the way you find moments of peace to help you get through.
And moments of joy. Moments of peace and moments of joy.
Absolutely, and moments of joy. So we have no news story today. It's been a very slow weekend. But I usually do a news check about 2-3 times a day. Everything seems politics lately. Today, like they're just talking a lot of politics.
You don't want to cover the Trump rally?
No, we don't do politics. It divides too many people. It's a fun Vegas show.
It's divisive.
Yeah, it's divisive. So we don't cover those things. But yes, we got absolutely no news today as far as that goes. Although Plaza is promised that it's going to have the best fireworks show ever. On the 4th of July, so I might have something on that tomorrow. But I don't know how they're going to amp up fireworks more than they already have. It just seems.
I thought they did a pretty good job on it already, actually.
Yeah, and they got the fireworks every Friday night thing that they do downtown. So I guess they're going to just try to just go as over the top as possible.
They're going to try to elevate the fireworks display and make it iconic.
Iconic. It'll be an immersive experience.
It'll be an immersive, iconic, elevated firework experience. Oh, man. We should work in marketing. So anyway, on to the teas. Okay, today's tease is... which Las Vegas show? It's an absolute must-see. And I'm going to caveat that with a big asterisk that I am not a show expert. I also don't think Movestro is a show expert. But we pushed this question out on X on the 3rd of June to see what the people thought was the Las Vegas show that's an absolute must-see. I personally... would prefer to be at a craps table than at a show or at the pool or eating, but I do like shows, but it's been a while. I haven't seen, I think maybe the last show that I went out of my way to see was Avenue Q.
Wow.
At Wynn Las Vegas.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Okay. It's
been a minute. Remember when Avenue Q was at Wynn Las Vegas?
Yeah. I mean, it was on Broadway first, and then they went over there. Yeah, Avenue Q was a hit. Was a hit in New York for sure.
Yeah. So let's see what the people say on the X. So the answers seemed quite a few of the same. We had Bulkhead Seats said O. Absinthe. I believe I'm saying that correctly. It's like the drink.
Yep.
We hear that a lot. We had another vote for absinthe, and people are saying this has been their favorite before. So lots of absinthe and more O. And CD said O is not only the best show I've seen in Vegas, but the best show I've ever seen, and I've seen a hell of a lot. Just wish I could have seen Love one last time before it leaves. You still can. Just fly to Vegas. As it reminds me of being a kid listening to the music with my dad, who was a huge fan. And I think I'm a little sad that I did not see Love. Did you see? Have you seen? Oh, you see, I never did.
I have.
The
I have
show.
seen Love. Yes.
You've seen Love. Have you seen Oh,
I have not seen O, but I've seen Love, and it is as fantastic as people are describing it. For me personally, my brother was a big Beatles fan. So I was growing up. By the time it was late 70s, early 80s, I had a weird musical upbringing because my mom only listened to the oldies. So I learned a lot about 50s kind of stuff, 60s. My brother liked classic rock and the Beatles. So I learned more about that stuff because he was a big Beatles fan. My middle brother, he was more about current music that was happening. So a lot of whatever was happening at the time is what I was. So I have this nice rounded musical
that's
background.
awesome.
But yeah, one of my brothers is definitely a Beatles, just a huge Beatles fan, and seeing the show, hearing the music brought back a lot of memories. It's a really great show, absolutely fantastic.
Okay, so Love is definitely up there, and that's that's for sure. Let's see the next. Ah, there we go. Yeah, there you are. The next person said anything at the Sphere. That's an interesting answer. Another from Bougie Miles, +1 for Absinthe, and then Ka. That is another Cirque show. So there's that's that's a lot. And then Josh and Rachel said, "Got to be Absinthe." Cirque du Soleil would be the other option in my mind, but it seems none of them is consistently considered to be the best, like Absinthe, which has made a huge effect on new acts, including Cirque's newest show, Mad Apple. And I think Josh and Chris have talked about Mad Apple before on the Crap Vegas podcast. So that's interesting. Do you know anything about Mad Apple? I've seen that name come up too. Also, my Hawaiian homie guy friend
Yeah,
says, I've seen Mad Apple mentioned a few times.
yeah. What I know about it is that it's got this awesome bar on the stage that you can actually go to before the show starts. But then when the show starts, that bar is actually part of the show. It's pretty interesting. I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Okay, so maybe I should see that. Maybe I should see his show at my next trip. Then we went on to say, Susan said we enjoyed Mad Apple, and Sin City Shadow said Cirque Beatles love before July. That's everyone reminding you you need to see it before Mirage closes. And then our favorite, Chris, aka C Note underscore Vegas. Well, I mean, he's a huge fan of the Dirty Castle. And what's the show at the Dirty Castle? The
The
Tournament
Tournament
of
of Kings.
Kings.
Yep.
So we have a vote there for the Tournament of Kings. And for everybody, we don't really tally these votes. This is more of an experiential. It's an experiential voting system.
It's also very immersive.
Cursive, yes. Then we'll go on. Let's see what else we have. We have TG says, oh, at Bellagio. Mike C from New Jersey says, love. Hopefully the show finds a new home. That's a good point. I'm going to bet it does because that show's been really popular and people love it. And they also love seeing it again. DGen Jenny and me, Vegas Vlog, said, not show people ourselves, but my opinion is that Las Vegas as a whole offers front row seats to the greatest show on earth. That's going to win as the comment of the day.
Yep. Yep.
Right? Because Las Vegas is like front row seats to the greatest show on earth. You might really not know what that show is at any given time, and that show might be a little fucked up, but it definitely is the greatest show on earth. Moving on. Vegas fan 1970. 1970 is a wonderful year because it's the year I was born. Adding on to the Absinthe train, it's so foul and so entertaining. Not for the faint at heart. Can't wait to see it again. And then somebody said Celine Dion. Does that count as a show?
That's a good question. I guess I don't
The problem is if you
know.
do that, then you have like every concert.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it does. Well, okay. It probably does as if it's considered when it's considered a residency. Because anything that's a residency is like a show.
You know what? That's going to be my next question. What is your favorite residency in Las Vegas? And we'll see what people say. And we'll make it interesting, like either current, either current or not current, like from a long time ago that you saw.
Dean Martin, the Rat Pack.
There you go.
Then Dorian goes on to say, "Love before it closes." Yes, love after it closes is going to be horrible, but it's good to see. And actually, the reminder, it is a really good reminder that it's closing. Once again, we have Absinthe, and then we have another one which I have no idea about. Lady Gaga Jazz Band. Can
Yeah,
you fill
so
me in?
Lady Gaga, she does a jazz performance, which is different than her usual over the top meat suit Lady Gaga performance, where she does, she's mainly at a piano, she's got a jazz band with her, and it's really good. I mean, she's very talented, so you can really appreciate her vocals more in that kind of a setting. It's good stuff. It's absolutely good stuff. She also did a lot of work with Tony Bennett. For a few years
I
before he
love Tony
passed.
Bennett.
Yeah.
Tony Bennett is great. You know, I've seen Tony Bennett twice at
Ah,
Muskegon Sun. Twice. Two times. It was wonderful. So that's cool. I would say Absinthe and Love. That's it.
Absinthe Love and O, but it looks like Absinthe won. I mean, I know we're not tallying, but I did. And like Absinthe won by like 2 votes. So
Oh, that's no, that was great. I thought that's very, very interesting. So yeah, we would love to hear your comments on that. Did you like Avenue Q? Was Avenue Q a show?
Avenue Q is fantastic.
It really was. It's been a long God, it's a long okay, to give you an idea, I saw Avenue Q at Wynn Las Vegas while staying at the Stardust.
That sounds about right. That sounds about
So
right. That's
it
how
was
long
about
it
right. But
was.
it's good. Thank you for putting that together, Movestro. That was very, very handy.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, it was always fun to see what our viewers, listeners, and visitors to our social media have to say. So yeah, it's nice to get everyone's opinion on that.
Cool. And we're also going to put a little credit card promotion in the show notes because there is a great credit card promotion that is going on that ends in a few days and it has a low annual fee and 75,000 points. And it might be something people are interested in. As it says there, of course, if you ever use TravelsWorks links, which are the same as the public links, we do get credit for that. That does help us. It gives us more money to spend on amazing things like getting lunch for Movestro via room service. So use our links and use our credit card links and feed Movestro.
I hear that another vlogger actually recently did a room service review.
Must be a coincidence. Did anyone else
Yeah.
notice that out there? I'll leave that out there if anyone else has noticed that. But I think our room service video was great. And we're going to be doing more, and we're going to be doing some other more creative things. Got a couple of things happening in the head. So we will see. But good stuff.
Indeed. Before we get going, you have any Travel Zork 2024 Zorkfest updates?
Yes, Zorkfest is alive and well. Zorkfest has been launched. You should buy your ticket before the early bird is over. We're going to announce some additional add-ons in July, which will also include a VIP dinner and some additional programming, as well as opening up for registration for Coffee Dice. We're also planning to have a private Baccarat table after Coffee Dice, and we are introducing a new series called Coffee Dice Lab and Blackjack Lab, and that's going to be doing before Zorkfest and like sort of during the lunch breaks and the other breaks where we're going to be talking about best strategies at playing craps. That will be done by Josh Duffy and Mark Duval. And Blackjack Lab will be run by Anthony Curtis, and he's going to answer all of your questions about blackjack, including things like hole carding and counting and just basic strategy and how to approach blackjack. And that's why we're calling it a lab. So it's really cool stuff. And also, before I forget, but this came up again because my wonderful friend Marilyn from New Jersey was reminding me about Win upgrades. And you should remember when you book rooms at Win, you can sign up even for comp rooms for their upgrade program. If you book a room online using a marketing offer, they allow you to choose different upgrades. They also sell upgrades at the check-in desk, and sometimes you can buy them before. So there are a couple of different ways that you can upgrade at Win, and it's great that they're doing that revenue upgrade program. What's cool is if you choose when you book your comp room, if you choose an upgrade, if it's available, it automatically clears about 48 hours in advance. The room type will change on your app, and you will pay that daily upgrade fee. But what's cool about it is that if you have a comp room, you still won't be paying the resort fee. So something good to keep in mind, and probably a heck of a lot cheaper to use the upgrade program than to gamble more to get your host to give you an upgraded room. So things to think about. And I think they might be able to comp off those upgrade charges if you really do gamble heavy. But Wynn is really tough on discretionary back-end comps. So that's something else to keep in mind.
Alrighty, well, that's going to do it for this episode. Luxury travel booking, travelzork.travel. Visit us at travelzork.travel to plan your next amazing vacation, not just to Las Vegas, but anywhere in the world. And please join the conversation on social media. You can find us easily. All social platforms are at travelzork. We'll see you next time.